Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the last match of the week here in the HGC Korea region. My name is Wolf. With me is G-Clef. Jumping into Miracle versus Ballistix. Miracle having a tough series against Blossom, but some close games there. Ballistix almost lost one map, I think, really close, and then obviously the second map they almost lost was less close but decent against Feliz. So this could be a very competitive series.
Yeah, that was against Feliz. And we're talking Miracle here, even though their match against Blossom was also really close, but ended up 3-0. But how Blossom is actually playing worse all of a sudden, and we thought they were just going up a step. Okay, suddenly they seem like they're the L5. They're the one that from the Eastern Clash that they won before. They're into good shape, and then suddenly a few days ago against Feliz, what's happening? And you look at Miracle, they have been suffering as well, but it's about at the same level. And where they stand today, I think that's going to tell a lot more how we're going to carry into the next weekend.
That is definitely true, G-Clef. Well, we'll find out. I want to see really tight games. I want to see close games, and I want to make sure that Miracle doesn't get too discouraged if they drop down 0-1, if they drop down 0-2. I want to see standard drafts of them. I want them to play the late game that I know they can now in 2018.
Judy doing ban pick.
Judy's doing the ban pick.
Is that going to be standard or off the standard, bro?
Let's see. Yeah, let's see it. Maybe it's better than it was before. You know, we didn't really think of him as the ban picker, but now that he is,
it's not the first time. He did it before when he just joined the HGC a little bit, not too many of the times. But they also do have Nitrogen because Nitrogen always adds into the draft because that's the way that they used to have back in L5. Because he would still add in some opinion about when they choose a hero, how about the other hero? And I don't know what the answer is going to be, but he always adds in some options into the drafting. I think it will help a lot when Judy does. Let's see what Judy's style is. Maybe you said this before, right? He will just pick his own hero and then work out the rest.
I was making some jokes for sure about Judy just picking his tank pick early in the draft, but that's of course off camera, like with G-Cup and I before the show started. But I do feel like we're going to see a different flavor of Miracle today. But when the drafter changes, it doesn't mean that the previous drafter, Nacho Gen, just doesn't speak. Drafting is a 5-man process, but the final say is the drafter Judy now. And let's see how that affects things. For Ballistix on the other side, we talked about this a lot on Friday when they almost dropped that Infernal Shrines map to Feliz. They have probably spent the last 48 hours thinking about how to make sure something like that never happens again. This is one of the best teams in the world, one of the multiple-time world championship team. They are not going to take that loss lightly.
First of all, what the hell happened that this happened? That was one, feedback session. Two, how can we not have that? Look at that hooligan just typing away. About 500 APM right there. But they need more than that. It seems like today, if they are not really having some dominant drafting and dominant game of the flow of the game, because it seems like their shot call has been Hooligan and Jungha. Hooligan, more of the micro ones, and Jungha, more of the macro ones, late game shot calls. That has been the thing, but when it comes to time to a really important shot call, like let's go right now, you need to have one dedicated person to do so.
Well, Miracle picks one of their best maps. I think they're 4-1 on this map currently. On Towers of Doom, it's their map pick. Ballistix will have first ban, and the shot calling elements of this map are super, super important. Now, since you were talking about that, because we saw Dignitas make one of the biggest and greatest macro decision-making calls on this map ever at Midseason Brawl. For those of you who watched the Grand Finals, insane comeback. It's a map you should watch if you've never seen it, like no matter what. Even if I told you now, Dignitas won, forget about it. Watch it anyways. Let's see how Miracle plays the late game here, because they're so good at that. And that late game decision making that may be better than Ballistix, because Ballistix has that split shot calling. Could be what wins in this first map.
And Miracle, suddenly they suffer that late game shot calling as well. Just a few days ago.
Deckard first. More commonly done by some of the other teams, but a vast draft from Judy, man. He's locking him in quick.
And he got his Diablo, man. Judy's got his Diablo Wolf, and that's all we care about. And they get Li Ming as well. Li Ming has been like rising up super high. We saw a BOE first pick Li Ming a few times. Okay, that's not too weird. It is BOE, but on other maps as well.
Look at this prioritization of SC's hero as well. Muradin comes in with Hanzo, so they don't want his hero pool to get deleted here by bans and the prioritization of early Li Ming here.
Which is kind of weird because Li Ming is actually SDE's hero pool, so it doesn't really cut out Hanzo, SCSC's hero pool. But they just wanted to have that before the ban.
Yes.
Just in case, just in case that we have a Hanzo ban.
It's his best hero. It's his most picked hero. SC, of course, the Hanzo. This will be his 11th game in Phase 2 here in Korea. And I know it sounds like, wow, only 11 games, but you guys talk about how he plays all the time. Well, it's been banned against him forever.
Yes.
And it's still his most picked hero. Zeratul removed here. Always a threat.
Malfurion, or any support ban that you would think that synergizes well.
I think also a Medivh ban could have been pretty reasonable here.
Which would actually lead us to, are they going to have that Ana? Li Ming.
It's possible. And, like, Medivh here is so powerful on this battleground because he could delay altars, protects Diablo, he's got such good regen against Diablo mobility, so his aggression can be further extended, his escapes are a thing, because he doesn't have one.
Yeah, also you can just portal from the bell tower to the other bell tower without the rotation. But that's another thing. See, they're hiding the support.
It could very well be the Ana.
I am feeling something else.
It could be the Ana. You're certainly on the money for that. There's a reason why they're holding this. For Ballistix now, they have to pick their solo laner. The Blaze may have come in here earlier if it's going to be a normal support because they don't want Ballistix to have it, particularly against Diablo Li Ming. Ballistix is looking now for that secondary DPS for STE.
Well,
here's
Tychus was buffed.
And yes! Tychus, good call, G-Clef.
Tychus was buffed. And we have Diablo. That's a standard as it gets.
There's the Ana.
Perfect.
You are on fire today. You predicted everything start to finish. So, Blue Beetle's Ana. It's not the first time we've seen it. Very solid. Gonna see nano boosted Frankel versus the Tychus. Tychus was buffed, as you mentioned, on this most recent patch. And that's SC's comfort pick. He was undefeated for, I think, 18 games earlier this year. Let's find out if he can position well enough to avoid Frankel's skill shots.
And they both have some siege damage and lots of pokes to take the bell tower back. And lots of burst as well. Both sides, Hanzo, skill shots, but we're talking about SC. So he can provide that burst with the scatter. And also Tychus, sometimes you forget how much damage, how much percent damage that buff guy can actually do to tanks.
Yeah. Alrighty. Game number 1. It's going to be the Ana. It's the Sleep Dart build this time. No bio grenades. We saw the extended bio grenade be great for interrupting channels yesterday, but a little bit more standard today.
I think just having one sleeping, especially Deckard, to just kill that healing potential will be very important. There are lots of CCs, so picking a Tychus into this comp is very, very scary for sure, but it is SDE who actually has the highest win rate in the world.
He does. And this year, he has played, just to check it, 19 games of Tychus. He's 19 and 6, 78%, I believe, win rate. So, positioning is everything for this guy. Very aggressively positioned right now, just to get that damage.
Ooh, naturally jet propulsion in with a different target.
And that's a kill.
The grenade to pull back a little bit as well. Great kill.
Very terrifying for Ballistix when you're in a situation like this in the late game where everyone's low and Frankel's on the other side on Li Ming. But in this early game, they just know that they have enough damage, or they know that Miracle doesn't have enough damage to get in there and finish off those targets.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. They were looking for the target, but Diablo got an extra long charge, which didn't pair up perfectly with jet propulsion. If it did, maybe no kill, but maybe a kill for Miracle instead. This super early game, it doesn't really translate too big.
Yeah. Okay, here's Diablo charge in, followed up by the sleep, locking Hooligan in. Fortunately, didn't save the sleep for the interrupt there on the Dwarf Toss, so Hooligan gets out. And that's actually going to delay this camp timing just a little bit here, as SD and Magi are going to duo this, leaving Hanzo as off-lane soak. He's actually making sure he doesn't lose any of that experience right now.
He's a Muradin, so having that trade doesn't really translate as much, but still having that kind of pressure. It just pressures Hooligan back. Even if he's a Muradin, he can't really stay out too well because he's going to go down.
Yep. Sleep misses there on Hooligan this time as well, so gets out. Once again, get him will be the target. He doesn't have Dwarf Toss, they know that, but there's Deckard Cain on the other side, so you got to be careful of these roots. We'll see the camp get deleted here by Miracle.
Kind of like Matthew Green's roots, Deckard can have a similar route for that Tychus to do the stand-up minigun damage. It's not as much effective, I would say, but still, if you have the perfect teamwork, it could be done in a similar way.
Certainly true. Well, now we do see that they have the commitment of Hooligan back to mid. We had the solo laners trading top and mid solo against each other.
Blue Beetle does go grenade because this is Towers of Doom.
Yes.
Just to delay or cancel the channel.
Yeah, not going to go the full grenade build, but we'll go for it initially here. Jungha very aggressively charges in here, and Sniper with a quick rotation. This actually will be a death. SD coming up here for the save, potentially. No way. Sniper is getting low, and they can't chase.
Activate trait value. Insta jump. I don't think that got the maximum one, but he actually dodged the jet propulsion in the way maybe he didn't expect that rotation from Phoenix. Still, he managed to get out safely.
Yeah. Very close call. Hooligan just delaying here right now. It's all, what he and Deckard are trying to do is Magi's just tossing down these cubes just so that SC can get the channel. Another stun here, attempted, delaying, but SC does get interrupted.
Because of that, because of all the damage, forces a late rotation from Mirel. And can Miracle actually make this work? They need to have... Okay, they're going to use that time to soak a little extra in the mid. We see Blaze and Tychus right next to it to delay when they actually don't have Irel together, so they don't want to fight at the bottom. They want to delay the rotation a little bit.
Yep. Right now, Judy is just trying to threaten.
Ooh, and all that time, Miracle, they were outnumbering. They didn't even get the hand on the altar.
Yeah. Okay, this is the chance for them to take back control. Their Jungha's coming in. Natrogen's the target. Gets hit by the grenade. Bio going to keep him, reduce the healing there, I should say.
And you can get a lot more healing, too.
Yeah.
Blue Beetle, but they actually wasted a lot of time rotating, just clearing the bottom, and not really contesting full DR turf when I guess they didn't have the best knowledge or information about Ballistix, how slowly they're rotating down. I think they had a lot of chances for them to actually pressure the other 3 members of Ballistix because they had 4 down there.
Yeah, and late rotations especially can be windows of time here for Miracle, but this doesn't work out that way in this case. So we'll have, I just thought about it for the first time, actually. This is Nacho Jin against his old team, right? This is the team that he was a champion with.
Yes.
He's going to try to defeat them tonight here as SDE does get that heal deny. Hooligan with the block on the orbs. That's going to be very important. We're going to have to look for a lot more of those to make sure that, especially once Nano Boost is on the table, that Li Ming just cannot delete the entirety of Ballistix.
It's post-10.
Yeah.
Frankel will get super bumped onto the power. Wait!
There's a reset. SDE. Nice dodges there on the orbs. But the thing is, Burden can eat a ton of this damage because he has his trait and he can survive. So that's the idea here with Hooligan. He's trying to just take that damage so his teammates can survive his squishy backline. But the capitalization was so quick there.
And Judy's Diablo, we forget. He has been playing a lot of Diablo in 2017. Spiders, he has made some great charges, and if he has that angle, he will go in and grab you. They do have the burst with Frankel. We always trust in Frankel's any mage that he plays.
Yeah, the hope there for Hooligan was just that he was going to get over the wall. We were going to see that big healing symbol move over Muradin's head, and he was going to heal up in, 5 seconds. Not in this case. Big rotation here, totally shut down by Nacho Jin's jet propulsion. Jungha's going to clean this up as they do make the rotation bottom. Blue Beetle sneaking this, though. They can't interrupt him. Gets it in.
This is what they should have done before, but ooh, no warp? I guess he warped in there?
Yeah, I think he missed his warp. He might have actually just misclicked that instead of warping over the wall. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, because there was the early one where it got most of the shield out, So I thought he was just rotating down. Maybe Ballistix, they just Dorf tossed in, got the Stone Bolt. That's why he was trapped in there.
That kill's going to help Ballistix get 10, but I think the 4 shots for Miracle are more significant, so Ballistix feels less bad about losing those shots there, but at the same time, you know, Miracle is really keeping this a close early game. Nitrogen, though, caught. He's going to go down for sure. Junga with the body blocks. 10 is up, not even needed here to get this kill.
Nice.
They're going for a boss.
We have the drill.
We do.
Which actually body blocks a lot when we fight during the altar. It's not just the bunker that we have to think about from Miracle. It's also the drill that will actually do damage. It's just locked on a target, it will just be drilling you.
Now, I'm a little bit concerned about the potential Haymaker here for Hooligan because, okay, he does lock an Avatar. Remember, we're dealing with Nano Boost Li Ming here, so you're going to need that extra health because if you are the one who's blocking the damage and Nano Boost comes through, resets are going to kill the rest of your team, so you need that Avatar, absolutely. He was holding it, but he's going to keep the proper heroic here.
Okay, APOC I do follow. Judy wants to APOC, even if it's not a 5-man APOC, she just wants 1 for Li Ming to get that skill and get reset. That's what you have to go for. You do have the comp for it, so I do like the Hawk choice here.
Okay, looks like Sniper was trying to bait here so they could set up for a Nano Boost, but took just too much damage. Nitrogen misses the jet propulsion.
Look at SDE. That's why he has 70-something% on that hero.
Yeah.
Tychus just... No one else would actually say Tychus is like super top.
And it's so good against Diablo too, you know, it all works out in the draft. As, you know, heal denies on both sides, kind of funny how that works with the Deckard-Ana matchup. All right, positional advantage for Ballistix, but it's all about that nano. Keep a close eye. Frankel is going to be the one who gets that. Here we go, so everyone's super low. The Absorb comes through though. Salvo.
Drill. Sniper warps away, he's alive. Bunker's already out, so a lot has been traded, but APOC still nanos available.
No heroics for Ballistix, so the nano boost here is going to be the big one once it comes through. Junga's just trying to get everyone back. Here's the APOC committed to. Frankel's got the nano. Here we go. Junga.
No heal for Junga.
Reset coming through. And this should be a 1 fight here for Team Miracle. Frankel is going to have to back off.
That was perfect. Heal ban, focus the CC onto 1 target, but look at this arrow. That's gigantic.
And now it's going to be a trap here, but they're turning so well into Hooligan. Another reset for Frankel. It's going to be a trade, and Ballistix actually will win the fight at the end of the day.
What a team fight. This is what we expected from the draft. Miracle is doing what they wanted, but post that moment, Limi could not get an extra kill. Ballistix onto the chase, trapping Ana only, but that was good enough to actually get the altar. So, and they're winning big time. 12 difference in the core HP.
Was a nice arrow just to kind of put the final knot, you know, on the gift that Miracle gave to Ballistix in that, you know, overextension there. Using the nano boost to great effect to get the first kill. But Frankel was focused so well by SDE, who's just doing so much consistent damage. He went low, and then he couldn't actually continue to fight. So he wasn't able to get more value out of his dominance at level 4. Okay, Nitrogen, he's the target here. Ooh, knocked back in the root.
And Bunker used as well, so he's going down certainly. They're catching the rotation. Nitrogen, not that, because his job is to actually soak. And Blaze, of course, does have wave clear, but it's not as fast as the other heroes. And so he does take a lot of time, focusing on perfectly.
Okay,
APOC heal ban.
Nicely played here.
Heal ban is so effective in this case.
Yeah. So heal ban, just for those who don't know, is the Korean term that I also use in casting, which drives Kilios crazy when we cast Overwatch together. But
yeah, that's why we have -100 there.
it's the term Koreans use to describe the heal deny from Ana's bio grenade. I think it's the best way to describe it, but it's a Korean word, but we use it on our cast. So just to give you guys that clarification.
Yeah, same for that Emerald from Deckard. Well, not exactly the same. It's 75.
Sure, still very powerful and very similar cooldown. So they get a bell tower from this, and suddenly Miracle, despite being down 12 core health, with this one pick, this one solo APOC kill, they have put themselves into a nice position. 20 seconds to go before nano boost. This is going to be a tougher fight for them, but look at this.
No APOC to chain them.
Salvo interrupted.
And Anna's trapped in there. Has to use the bunker. Does not even go in. Han's a great arrow there.
Yeah, really nice arrow by SC to cut everybody off. The bunker has expired. The drill's being blown up here by Frankel's magic missiles, his orbs, but Judy cannot die. He's going to lose his stacks. Does get away there. Jung was hoping for stun in a different direction. Ballistix continues their lead here on core health with some additional shots coming through, albeit only 3 in this case.
Yes, they did lose the bell tower right before, so that actually comes through. It doesn't really hurt as much for Miracle Hooligan once again. APOC, okay, was off cooldown. He has to be careful. He couldn't even press that R because he was crowd controlled. So.
Right, they're looking to retake this bell tower. Miracle does not want to give it to him. Only Judy going to get caught in this route. They will retake the bell tower.
Post 16, even Diablo with maximum soul with the scatter piercing and Taika's onto the other side, Diablo will look like a murky bet. Post 16, so Ballistix, they already have control. Miracle, they need to turn that around. They cannot be picked. They cannot be trapped losing Blue Beetle anytime soon.
Well, they're going to try to set up a trap with Miracle here, or excuse me, with Judy here.
Nice stone bolt. Yep. Against the charge.
They just checked everything already.
Oh, Judy rooted again!
Okay, there's the big APOC, but there's no follow-up, unfortunately, because as you said, Judy is dead. He lost his souls. The bunker keeps them alive, but can they really chase here? Nano Boost is used, but it's too late. The fight is already over. And Ballistix walks away with another pick, another win, but the biggest win of all is that Judy now has 0 souls, no stacks, and will have to take a long time to rebuild those. Meanwhile, Ballistix just going to soak for 16. And it's the triple altar phase. This is the most terrifying moment. This is the worst time to have not your heroic combo. They will not have Nano Boost. They will not have stacks. And Natrogen's going to die as well.
Boy. What is Taika's doing up there? That's a rotation he did not expect once again. And of course, Bunker was on cooldown. And even if he had the Bunker, I don't think he was going to get out alive.
Okay, look at this zoning here by Magi to make sure that Hooligan gets out alive. And he is, of course, Murd, and he had to pop Avatar just to make sure he would get out, but I think that's worth it, using 2 heroics to make sure you don't lose someone right before you get the triple channel. That's what Ballistix wants out of this, and I think it's good when you know that Natrogen is dead to commit this.
It's also kind of funny they snipe on Natrogen so much, their previous teammate, but he has been making a late rotation because the entire team, the 4-man rotation on the other side, has been looking for a pick, and Ballistix now, they understand that rotation. It's going to be really hard to catch any of the members now.
Yeah, they did, prevent the triple. That was the scariest part, because that means that if they get tripled, they're basically dead to a sapper camp and a boss. Speaking of boss,
yeah,
SC Solo's boss to
Yes.
start, because he's Hanzo. Ooh, that was not the right movement that he wanted there. Jung's got good coverage, and it looks like Miracle's going to try to trade this for SDE and a bell tower. I don't know if they'll get the bell tower, though. And again, this is more significant. The boss is more important.
Even with the bell tower, I think Ballistix wins, because next one we have 2. You can get 3 shots, and they even get...
Yeah, speaking of bell towers, like they're going to get this one anyways. They get another kill onto Natrogen in the top lane. And this is still a winning trade for Ballistix. Now, it's just 1 health left. Post, outside of a normal channel. Judy looking for the grab here on the Hooligan to get out. The sleep is there.
Yeah, not as much damage without Taika, so he can sustain pretty well.
There's no arrow. Maybe this is the fight that Miracle wants to try to force here. They don't. They take the safer rotation. I don't know if now's the time to be safe. If they lose both of these bell towers, they're done in this game.
Yeah, because of that pressure, they just bought about 7-8 seconds for that rotation, and they are already here onto the bell tower, where Miracle actually had to make a longer path.
And Jigov, if they get this bell tower, and if this one survives, there could be a channel. I mean, they could get the 5-man. If there's a tiny window, actually. That's what they're going to try to go for, but it's going to be just a little bit too late. They wanted to get this 5-shot, but it's too late. Miracle gets this one very quickly. That was a scary moment, though. Had they been a few seconds late, maybe that's game over.
And because they also have Hanzo, next boss or any more sappers post these shots will basically be game. So they will try to poke this one out. Does not get the full channel.
Okay. Right now,
this is actually where Miracle wants to fight. Before
Yes,
20,
before
small
20.
choke point, they hit APOC. So, and then perfect place for resets for Li Ming.
yep, look at Frankel, caught already by SDE.
Yeah, that's why. Look at Ballistix. They're all spread apart. Look at those positions.
Yeah. Okay. If they can get a big grab. Like, if Judy can get an APOC stun onto somebody, anybody, and that can lead to a first kill, it's definitely going to be an boost. But SDE's caught. He was playing so greedy. We talk about his good positioning, but he gets punished this time.
He was baiting it, but yeah, already used APOC, and Nachogen was on top of things. He didn't leave. And
now there's going to be... Ballistix, I think, should just give this, or they're going to get wiped, and they might lose bell tower control. I mean, with Nanoboost, look at this. Hooligan's trying to get Franco, but he doesn't find him. In fact, he finds instead Blue Beetle. There's a bunker. Nanoboost is ready right after he comes out of the bunker. Here we go. Nanoboost, 1 kill, and over the wall, he's looking for more. That is going to be Ballistix finally giving control of this bell tower. Miracle had an opportunity, if they really continued to contest, to get a full team wipe right before 20. Ballistix needs to just cut their losses here and back away.
Yeah, big mistake. Ballistix, they thought all the fishes were on the table, but it was a bad fish. And they tried to have the bait like that because it looks tasty. But it's a bad one, and they did not make it. Miracle understanding, and Nachogen this time actually being on top of what Ballistix wanted to do. They wanted to throw SDE and to get the channel, but the shot not going to happen.
Yeah, that was really well reacted. Like, really well played by Ballistix, but Miracle reacting accordingly. And now, you know, we live in a world where they could destroy this bell tower and get 20 just because they got those kills, just because Ballistix was being greedy. It wasn't even a win condition for them. Here we go. Big damage onto Nachogen here, but he's going to be able to toss down the bunker. They're going to get bell tower. 7 seconds on Nanoboost. Nachogen backs away. Judy, very low. He will go down. Salvo, try to keep them alive, try to get a kill, but perfectly timed absorb here. The arrow!
Boom! On headshot onto Anna. There's an Overwatch headshot there, and Sniper, the last one to fall. And there's no altar, but this will basically give all the control, the entire map control basically to Ballistix and the game, very likely right after.
Yeah. They wanted that bell tower, and it was too much to ask. The best way to, you know, to end this for Ballistix is just simply to channel both. Like, everyone's got death timers. Miracle needed to step away. They needed to do what Ballistix did in that last fight, and just, you have to understand when the lethal occurs, right? When there's 2 bell towers coming up, you lose team fight, you lose the game. Ballistix lost, you know, if they committed that whole fight, even if they won it, they don't win the game. But in this case, Miracle died at the worst possible time. That's GG here. Ballistix wins game number 1, but a closer fought game, I think, than most would have expected.
And Miracle, they're drafting by Judy. They had a theme on this map, and Anna specific pick and the grenade build perfectly. And it did work. It was actually grabbing, they were actually grabbing Murder, they were getting kills. Counter kills against what Nachogen was, because Nachogen was going down consistently, which shouldn't have happened as much. I think that was one of the big mistakes they had alone. That's an individual rotational mistake which shouldn't happen as much. But Miracle had a really good game 1.
Yeah, I think if Nachogen, look at his deaths, 6 deaths this game. If he actually just plays a little bit more passively, then I think we live in a world where Miracle took a lot more 5v5 fights. They were able to have more presence on the map, and we go to a post-20 world where there's less core health deficit, where like they can give up some fights, etc. But they lost him so much in the early to mid game that they just had too much of a core deficit, so they had to take every fight, and sometimes those fights weren't ideal.
And also Tychus, look at that, 7 kills, most damage, even on top of SC's Hanzo. That's why we're always scared of that SDE's Tychus. We knew that was coming back. Was shown up a few times in Eastern against Diablo ever since Diablo has been first pick material. This game was had some fire moments. A Miracle at the late game towards the decision, because whenever they are behind like this, put into pressure, they just make weird calls all of a sudden and lose games.
Yeah, he's now 20-6. So I believe that's like it's a pretty good win rate.
20-6? Are you doing math?
Like
no, live?
I'm gonna use a calculator.
You're
on
cheating.
Stream.
You're cheating. You can't do that in Asia.
Wait, hold on. How do I do this? 20.
You can't.
20 and
you
6.
just press 20C, clear, and 6.
77% win rate. 76.9% win rate.
That's pretty high. That's pretty damn high. For Tychus, that's not actually super in the meta. and you're the only one in the world to actually. You're actually the only one playing Tychus.
That's a
in this
lot
meta.
of data too. That's a lot of games. Like, if you compare it to his next most played hero, which is Li Ming, he has played 13 games of Li Ming. So 26 versus 13.
Yeah, that's this year only.
Yeah. His Li Ming win rate is not as good as well. Just put that out there. I'm not going to say that number on stream, but it's like, it's not quite 79.
Well, Miracle did show a pretty good one as Judy doing damn pig, getting Diablo first rotation. Not bad, but SD's Tychus, we knew that was coming, and they both knew that was coming. And Tychus into a lot of crowd control, team comp worked better because they actually had better control, and SD was on fire. Shooting that minigun.
The Tychus into Diablo as well is just a really smart idea. And Tychus is a hero that can gank really well because he has the ability to grenade, which DPSs don't usually have like a small CC like that. But the grenade often gives you just a little bit of extra damage to get those kills.
Yeah, the knockback is actually very important.
Yeah.
It's life or death moment. If you are knocked back just that much, you actually go down.
Well, this is going to be a map that has painful memories for Ballistix from their match against Feliz just this Friday. It's the map pick once again of Miracle. So Miracle did not choose first pick. They, in fact,